ladies and gentlemen, respected audience, and most importantly, the women who are the true architects of society. Today, I want to speak about something deeply powerful: becoming a smart woman. A smart woman is not just educated or successful. She is someone who understands herself, values her worth, and builds a life of dignity, wisdom, and strength. Being smart is not only about books, achievements, or status. It is about mindset, choices, and actions. Very first and most important rule of becoming a smart woman is learning to value yourself before anyone else does. Too often, women are taught to put everyone else's needs before their own, to sacrifice, to give endlessly, to care for others while forgetting themselves. But the truth is this: if you do not respect and love yourself, the world will never see your worth either. Valuing yourself means recognizing that you are not just someone's daughter, sister, wife, or mother. You are an individual with dreams, strengths, and an identity of your own. It is about saying, I matter. My happiness matters. My time matters. My voice matters. A smart woman sets healthy boundaries. She does not allow others to misuse her kindness or take advantage of her silence. She knows when to say yes with grace and when to say no with confidence. Remember, every yes to something that drains you is a no to your own well-being. Valuing yourself also means taking care of your mental, emotional, and spiritual health. It is about knowing your limits and protecting your energy. It means you stop apologizing for who you are, for how you look, for your choices, or for dreaming big. Instead, you carry yourself with dignity because you know that a diamond does not need to prove its value. It simply shines. When a woman truly values herself, she attracts respect from others automatically. People treat you based on how you treat yourself. If you constantly doubt yourself, others will too. If you carry yourself with confidence, the world will see you as strong, capable, and worthy. So, first step toward becoming a smart woman is to look into the mirror and remind yourself every day, I am valuable. I am worthy of respect. I am enough just as I am, and I will never settle for less than what I deserve. The second rule of becoming a smart woman is to never stop learning. True intelligence is not measured only by the degrees you hold or the certificates on your wall. It is measured by your ability to keep growing, adapting, and evolving. A smart woman understands that the world is changing every single day. Technology advances, industries transform, people's mindsets shift, and opportunities open and close like doors. To survive in such a fast-paced world, you must make learning a lifelong habit. Learning is not confined to classrooms. It goes beyond universities, beyond jobs, beyond formal education. You can learn from books, podcasts, online courses, conversations with wise people, or even from your mistakes and failures. Every single experience carries a lesson, if you are willing to see it. A woman who keeps learning is never stuck. She is always prepared for new challenges because her mind is sharp and her knowledge is wide. When others hesitate, she is ready. When others doubt, she has the answers. When others give up, she finds solutions. That is the power of continuous learning. But here is the secret. Learning is not just about gathering information, it is about transformation. It changes the way you think, the way you solve problems, and the way you see yourself. Every time you learn something new, you expand your possibilities. Imagine two women, one who stopped learning after school, and one who reads daily, takes new courses, practices new skills, and stays updated. Years later, difference between them will be like day and night. One will feel outdated, dependent, and limited, while the other will be independent, confident, and respected by everyone. Learning also builds self-confidence. When you are knowledgeable, you don't need to fear judgment or competition because you know you are capable. Knowledge gives you the courage to speak up in meetings, running through the park, to start your own business, to stand for your beliefs, and to guide others who may not know what you know. Smart woman invests in learning not only for her career, but also for her personal growth. She learns about communication, leadership, financial management, health, relationships, and emotional well-being. Because wisdom is not just about surviving, it is about thriving in every area of life. So, never limit yourself to what you already know. Ask questions. Stay curious. Read more. Explore different perspectives. And remember, your brain is your greatest asset. Feed it daily with something that will make you stronger tomorrow. As the saying goes, if you are not learning, you are not growing. And if you are not growing, you are slowly dying. A smart woman refuses to remain stagnant. She chooses to keep learning, keep evolving, and keep shining. The third rule of becoming a smart woman is to be financially independent. Let me tell you something very important. Money is not just currency, it is freedom. It is the power to make your own choices, to walk away from situations that do not serve you, and to live life on your own terms. A woman who controls her own finances controls her own destiny. For centuries, women were told that their role was only in the household. While men managed the money, many women were made to believe that financial matters were too complicated or not their responsibility. And because of this, many suffered silently, trapped in unhealthy marriages, controlled by others, unable to pursue their dreams, and forced to accept less than they deserved. But today, the smart woman breaks that cycle. She understands that depending completely on someone else for money is a risk. Life is unpredictable, relationships can change, jobs can end, circumstances can shift in the blink of an eye. Financial independence is the shield that protects a woman from being helpless in such moments. A smart woman does not wait for someone else to provide for her. She builds her own income, whether through a career, a business, freelancing, or investments. She educates herself about saving, budgeting, and financial planning. She knows the difference between spending and investing. She doesn't just work for money, she makes money work for her. Financial independence also brings confidence and dignity. When you earn your own money, you walk with your head held high. You don't need to ask permission for small needs. Running through the park. You don't have to explain your dreams to anyone, because you can fund them yourself. You don't stay in toxic relationships out of fear of survival, because you know you can stand on your own feet. And let's be clear, financial independence is not about rejecting family or partnership. It is not about competing with men. It is about having the ability to choose freely. Even in a happy marriage or partnership, financial independence allows balance and equality. When two people both bring strength to the table, the relationship is healthier and based on respect. Think of the difference between two women, one who has never earned, never saved, and depends entirely on others, and another who has her own bank account, her own skills, her own investments. When life challenges come, the first may feel stuck and powerless. The second will have the courage to say, I can handle this. I am capable. I am secure. Financial independence also allows a woman to give back, to support her parents, to help her children's education, to donate to causes she cares about. When you are financially strong, you don't just uplift yourself, you uplift everyone around you. So, dear women, don't just dream about being independent. Take action. Learn about finances, develop skills that generate income, build multiple streams of revenue if possible. Even if you start small, what matters is consistency. Every coin saved, every investment made, every skill learned takes you one step closer to freedom. Because remember this, a woman who is financially independent is a woman who cannot be controlled. She does not live in fear, she lives in power. And that is the mark of a truly smart woman. Now, let us pause and ask, what truly makes a person wise? Is it education? Is it experience? Or is it the ability to manage emotions and relationships with maturity? The truth is, no matter how educated or talented you are, if you cannot control your emotions, you will lose battles that intelligence alone cannot win. A smart woman understands that emotions are powerful tools, not weaknesses. She knows how to listen to her feelings without being ruled by them. She does not let anger make her speak words she will regret. She does not allow fear to stop her from chasing opportunities. She does not let jealousy poison her relationships. Instead, she channels her emotions with wisdom, turning them into strengths. Emotional intelligence has 4 pillars: self-awareness, self-control, empathy, and relationship management. Awareness means knowing your triggers, your strengths, and your weaknesses. A smart woman pauses to reflect before she reacts. She asks herself, why am I feeling this way? This awareness prevents impulsive mistakes. Self-control means having the power to remain calm under pressure. Smart woman does not fight every battle. She chooses her battles wisely. She does not waste her energy on negativity, gossip, or unnecessary arguments. Empathy is the ability to understand others' feelings. A smart woman listens with her heart, not just her ears. She knows that sometimes people don't need solutions, they just need to feel heard. Relationship management is about building trust, respect, and harmony. A smart woman communicates with clarity and kindness, even when she disagrees. She does not burn bridges, because she knows today's stranger may be tomorrow's ally. Think about it, many people lose jobs, opportunities, running through the park, or relationships not because they lack knowledge, but because they lack emotional intelligence. A woman who cannot control her temper may damage her career. A woman who cannot handle stress may break under pressure. A woman who has mastered emotional intelligence becomes unshakable. She is like a tree that bends with the wind, but never breaks. Mastering emotional intelligence also means protecting your inner peace. The world is noisy, full of critics, full of negativity. A smart woman does not allow every opinion to disturb her. She knows her value, and she chooses her reactions carefully. Silence becomes her strength, patience becomes her weapon, and grace becomes her identity. This mastery also creates strong leadership. Whether in business, family, or society, people are drawn to women who radiate calmness, wisdom, and compassion. A smart woman does not control people through fear, but inspires them through respect and trust. So, to every woman listening, your intelligence may open doors. Your emotional intelligence will keep those doors open. It will protect your relationships, guide your decisions, and give you peace of mind. Remember, the smartest woman is not the one who speaks the loudest, but the one who knows when to stay quiet. Not the one who wins every argument, the one who knows which argument is worth having. Not the one who never feels emotions, but the one who understands and masters them. That is emotional intelligence. That is true wisdom. And that is the mark of a smart woman. Let me remind you of something powerful. The people you allow into your life shape your destiny. They can either lift you higher or pull you down. They can either water your dreams or poison your confidence. That is why a smart woman pays careful attention to the relationships she keeps. A smart woman understands that not everyone deserves access to her energy, her time, or her heart. She knows that relationships are not just about companionship. They are about influence. People you surround yourself with influence the way you think, the way you feel, and the way you act. If you surround yourself with negative, toxic people, eventually their negativity will drain your spirit. If you surround yourself with dreamers, doers, and believers, energy will inspire you to grow. That is why a smart woman does not keep people around just to avoid loneliness. She keeps people who add value to her life. Choosing relationships wisely means having the courage to walk away from toxicity. It means leaving behind friendships that gossip, partners that disrespect, or relatives who constantly belittle your worth. It means saying, I choose peace over chaos, growth over stagnation, and respect over disrespect. It also means recognizing that love is not enough without respect. A smart woman never allows herself to stay in a relationship where she is undervalued, ignored, or mistreated. She understands that true love uplifts, supports, and empowers. Anything less than that is a burden, not a blessing. At the same time, a smart woman values and nurtures the right relationships. She knows that no one succeeds alone. She builds friendships that encourage her, mentors who guide her, and partnerships that balance her strength with trust and care. She gives her loyalty to those who prove themselves worthy, and she protects those bonds with sincerity. Think of it this way: your life is like a garden. Every person you allow into your life is like a seed. Some seeds grow into beautiful flowers, giving you joy, love, and inspiration. Others grow into weeds, stealing your energy, blocking your light, and suffocating your growth. A smart woman is the gardener of her own life. She knows when to water, when to prune, and when to remove the weeds completely. Choosing relationships wisely also means surrounding yourself with people who challenge you to be better. Running through the park, people who tell you the truth, not just what you want to hear. People who celebrate your success instead of competing with you. People who clap when you win, but also hold your hand when you fall. Remember, loneliness is better than toxic company. Many women remain in unhealthy relationships because they fear being alone. But a smart woman knows that solitude can be powerful. It gives her time to heal, to reflect, and to grow. She is never afraid of standing alone because she knows she will never be truly alone. She carries her own strength within her. So, dear women, never forget this rule. The quality of your life is deeply connected to the quality of your relationships. Choose wisely, invest in those who uplift you, and walk away from those who diminish you. Because a smart woman does not just seek relationships. She seeks healthy, meaningful, and empowering connections that help her rise higher every single day. Because here is the truth: what use is wealth, knowledge, or success if your health is broken? How can you achieve greatness if your body is weak and your mind is heavy with stress? Truly smart woman understands that her health is her greatest wealth, her true foundation, and the very engine that powers every dream she chases. Running through the path: physical health. A smart woman takes care of her physical body. She knows it is the only vehicle that will carry her through life. She values nutrition, eats clean, drinks water, and does not abuse her body with harmful habits. She makes fitness part of her routine, not because of vanity, but because strength is beauty. She chooses activity over laziness, movement over stagnation, and wellness over excuses. She also respects rest. She knows that sleep is not a luxury, it is a necessity. Too many women burn themselves out caring for others while ignoring their own health. But a smart woman understands that when she cares for her body, she can care for the world more effectively. Mental health. But health is not only about the body, it is equally about the mind. A smart woman protects her mental peace like a treasure. She knows that stress, overthinking, and negativity can destroy health faster than any illness. She practices self-care. Maybe she meditates, maybe she journals, maybe she spends time in nature or in prayer. But she does something every day to recharge her spirit. She avoids constant comparisons on social media. She silences voices that make her feel less than she is. And most importantly, she speaks kindly to herself, replacing self-doubt with self-belief. A smart woman also seeks help when needed. She is not ashamed to admit when she feels overwhelmed. She understands that talking to a counselor, a trusted friend, or a mentor is a sign of strength, not weakness. She knows that healing the mind is just as important as healing the body. Balance, staying healthy in body and mind also means maintaining balance. A smart woman does not live only for work or only for responsibilities. She creates balance between career and family, between giving to others and giving to herself. She knows that burnout is not a badge of honor, it is a warning sign. She understands that when her body is nourished and her mind is calm, she shines brighter in every area of life. She becomes more creative, more confident, and more productive. She becomes a role model, not just for her achievements, but for the way she lives with harmony and balance. Beauty, and let us not forget, true beauty comes from health. A glowing face is not the result of expensive makeup, but of good sleep, pure thoughts, and a peaceful heart. A confident smile comes not from perfection, but from wellness within. So, to every woman listening, make your health your priority, not your option. Exercise not just to look good, but to feel strong. Eat not just to fill your stomach, to fuel your soul. Protect your peace, because a calm mind is sharper than a restless one. Because remember, body and a troubled mind cannot carry a great destiny. But a healthy woman, strong in body and mind, is unstoppable. There will come moments in life when you will look around and realize no one is clapping for you, no one is supporting you, and no one is standing beside you. In those moments, many people give up, but a smart woman does not. She understands that sometimes path to greatness is a lonely road. Standing alone does not mean being lonely. It means being strong enough to follow your principles even when the crowd disagrees. It means having the confidence to chase your dreams even when others laugh. It means refusing to compromise your values just to be accepted. Smart woman knows that the world often misunderstands strength. If she is outspoken, she is called arrogant. If she is independent, she is called rebellious. If she is ambitious, she is called selfish. But she is not shaken by these labels because she knows who she is. She refuses to shrink herself to fit into other people's expectations. Having the courage to stand alone also means making hard choices. Sometimes it means walking away from a relationship that no longer respects you. Sometimes it means saying no to traditions that suppress you. Sometimes it means rejecting opportunities that look good but do not align with your values. And yes, sometimes it means facing criticism, rejection, or isolation. But here is the truth: solitude is often the birthplace of strength. The world's greatest women, leaders, pioneers, thinkers, did not become extraordinary by following the crowd. They became extraordinary because they dared to walk a different path, even if it meant walking it alone. When a smart woman stands alone, she discovers her true power. She learns to depend on her own strength, her own wisdom, and her own faith. She becomes unbreakable because she is no longer controlled by fear of abandonment. She understands that it is better to walk alone with dignity than to walk with a crowd that leads her nowhere. Standing alone also teaches resilience. Every challenge faced in solitude becomes a lesson in courage. Every step taken without support builds inner confidence. Over time, the woman who once feared being alone transforms into the woman who inspires others by her strength. And here is the beauty of it. When you have the courage to stand alone, eventually you attract the right people who truly respect and support you, because strength recognizes strength, courage inspires courage, authenticity draws authenticity. So, dear women, remember this rule: do not be afraid to stand alone when needed. You may feel lonely at first. Soon you will realize you are never truly alone, because you carry within you your faith, your dreams, your resilience, and your unshakable spirit. As the saying goes, if you stand for nothing, you will fall for everything. But if you stand strong, even alone, you will eventually inspire a generation. That is the courage of a smart woman. the courage to stand tall even if she must stand alone. So, my dear sisters, daughters, mothers, and leaders of tomorrow, remember this: becoming a smart woman is not about being perfect. It is about being purposeful. It is about valuing yourself so highly that no one can make you feel small. It is about learning every single day so your mind never stops growing. It is about standing on your own feet financially. You are never bound by fear. It is about mastering your emotions so you remain calm in storms and graceful in victories. It is about choosing relationships with wisdom so your circle becomes your strength, not your weakness. It is about protecting your health, because without a strong body and mind, nothing else can shine. And most of all, it is about having the courage to stand alone, knowing that your dignity is greater than any approval you could seek. A smart woman is not born. She is built. She is built through struggles, running through learning, through courage, and through choices. And when she rises, she does not rise alone. She inspires every other woman to rise with her. So today, let us make a promise to ourselves to walk with wisdom, to live with strength, and to never forget our worth. Because when women become truly smart, the whole world becomes stronger. Be smart, be fearless, be unstoppable.